Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Letitia Shanice, and baby, go get you a snack, go get on the treadmill, go sit in the tub, go get somewhere and get settled, because when I say this story time finna be juicy, it's finna be real juicy. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so you guys, I'm going to take a breath before I tell this story, because I don't want to feel some type of way again. I don't want to feel some type of way. So here we go. So boom, I was a senior in high school, and I'm gonna call this girl Eminem. So my friend Eminem comes up to me and she was like, Tisha, it's the like concert party type of thing going on tonight. I wanna go. Do you wanna go? And me, I'm like, man, yeah, I wanna go. Like, I was in my party stage or whatever. So I wanted to go to the party, honey. But I had strict parents, like they weren't into the letting me go to the party type of thing. Like, so I already knew I had to bend the truth or leave some things out. But I told them, hey, I'm gonna hang out at Eminem house and I'm just gonna spend the night. I ain't mentioned nothing about the party to them. Yeah, big mistake. But anyways, so my parents obviously was like, well, okay, you can go, you just spend the night with Eminem, okay? Nothing major's going on. So, baby, that was the green light. I was gonna go mode, baby. Yeah, I went to the mall. I bought me a dress. I bought me some shoes, and I got my hair touched up. I had a sew-in in, and baby, it was loose, honey, real loose. I went and got it tightened, and you couldn't tell me nothing. And I was ready for the concert, party, whatever you want to call it. I was ready for it. So that night came, and we getting ready, and I just knew it was gonna be a magnificent night, baby. I thought I was cute, honey. I had a I remember when I had on this tank dress, tank tube dress, whatever you want to call it, and it had like sequins in the front, and the sequins were blue, white, and black. And I bought me some suede open-toe heels from Charlotte Russe. Baby, who am I fine? I knew I was fine that night, honey. So we get to the club. Now, we at this club called Club Heat. Club Heat, if you know of Club Heat, you know it get real ratchet and stupid, So, baby, we wasn't even at that party for 20 minutes before we got shut down. So my girls got to fight or whatever, and they like mace the whole club, and it's real tight in there, already hot. So it was like no way we could have the concert or have the party. So they just canceled it. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Like, the club scene, it was over. Mind you, this was my first time going to an adult club, and terrible experience. Like I said, I was only in there for like 20 minutes. So anyway, after the party or whatever, people leaving, and this girl, I'm gonna say her name was Sis come up to me and Eminem, and she like, hey, we finna get a room, and we just gonna hang out at the room. Y'all can come to the room or whatever. And me, baby, I didn't think twice. I'm like, okay, let's go, because I wanted to show off my outfit. I'm gonna be serious. I'm gonna be real with it. That's the only reason I kind of wanted to go. Like, that was the only reason I wanted to go, because I did not get my money's worth out of that Charlotte Russe dress and them Charlotte Russe heels. I didn't get my money's worth. So I was like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. Anyway, we go to the room. Mind you, we go to the cheapest hotel. That should have been big warning number one. We went to the cheapest hotel in my town, and yeah, everything was cool or whatever. It was like 7 or 8 guys maybe in there, and it was like enough girls to match, so it wasn't uncomfortable. Everybody seemed cool, like we was laughing, having a good time. And then they brought out the drinks. And everything went downhill from there. So like I said, I had strict parents, so I really didn't get out like that. And when I did, I lied my way there, or I had a curfew. So I never drank. Because I didn't want to put myself in a position to be caught drinking. So I didn't drink. So that night I was like, well, I'm staying with Eminem. Like, I'm good. So y'all, I started drinking. I was drinking clear. I was drinking brown. I know for a fact the clear I was drinking, it was Absolute vodka. And to this day, I still cannot drink Absolute vodka because it makes me puke. First sip, first smell, first look, I want to puke. So anyway, I was just missing clear and brown, and really I should have stopped at like the 4th shot, because I was like on my level, like I felt good, honey. And then the peer pressure kicked in. It was like, ooh, she throwing on back, take another one. And I'm like, whoa, yeah. Baby, when I got to the 7th or 8th shot, it put me on my tail, okay? It put me on my tail. Like, I couldn't move no more. I was paralyzed. I felt paralyzed. So, baby, they just laid me in the bed and went on about their business. And so, time had passed or whatever, and I'm hearing people leave the room. And they was just like, well, we'll just stay in the room. We paid for it, you know. And obviously my friend was like, okay, we'll just stay. Because I mean, she wasn't gonna drive my car. She probably was tipsy or whatever too. And I was through. I know I wasn't getting in my car and driving nowhere. So we just decided, well, she decided for me and us and whatever. It was not really her choice, because we couldn't drive anyway. But we just stayed in the room. And like I said, I felt comfortable. Anyway, so I really didn't try to not go. I didn't try to leave the room. Mind you, I could leave the room even if I wanted to. I was too drunk. And y'all, let me tell you about something about being drunk. When I was drunk, I couldn't move. My motor skills just wasn't there, but I could hear everything, and I can like understand what was being said. You know what I'm saying? It was so weird. But anyway, so boom, people left. I'm still there. And I just remember going to sleep. And baby, I was asleep so hard, I couldn't remember myself being asleep. Until I was awoken, whatever you want me to say. Baby, I woke up to a man with his tongue going down my throat. And not no, some smooth stuff, He was like, like a freaking dragon, like a lizard. Like, he was like going down my mouth, like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I can cringe just think about it. Like, okay. And when I was taken back, like, as I was waking up, I could feel it, but I'm like thinking like, what the heck is this? And then when I realized what was going on, he moved on to my neck. He moved on to my boobs or whatever, doing all that. Y'all, it was terrible. It was disgusting. And I'm making light of it now, but honestly, back then, in the midst of all that, I was scared. I was terrified, honey. I didn't like that, because I couldn't get him off me. Because I had got so drunk. I could not move my arms. I could not move my legs. I couldn't do anything at that moment. So I was actually scared. And I was like, what the heck? Because I had never been in that type of situation. So time went on, and then he stopped using his tongue and he started using his hands, honey. Baby, his hands was everywhere from the front to the back. You know what I mean. And he wouldn't look too far, and I don't know if it was just inner strength or the Lord himself, but I mustered up some movement within, and I just started mumbling, literally mumbling, like stop. Like it wasn't even that clear. It was like, I'm sure I sounded crazy, but I was like, And then as I was doing that, I feel some movement behind me. And I'm thinking, oh crap, sis, you are in you're in a sandwich. I was in a sandwich. So it was literally, I didn't even name this dude. I'm gonna name this dude Lizard. So Lizard was in front of me. I was in the middle. And I'm gonna name this guy OG. OG was behind me. OG was asleep and he was doing his own thing and dreaming his own dreams and minding his own business, okay? But I didn't know what he was doing. So I'm like, oh my gosh, Tisha. Like, I'm just, at that point, I was literally just preparing myself to be raped at that point. I was preparing myself to be raped, and I was just like scared, and I was like mad at myself, like, Tisha, dang, how you get yourself in this situation? Like, all of that was running through my head in that short amount of time. All that was running through my head. And thankfully, OG, he heard me like doing all that. Like, I woke him up. Ain't no waking him up. And he was like, hey, bro, like, chill, bro, like, chill. And when he removed his hands out of my pants, baby, I told y'all I could not move, but I got some strength. Like I said, I don't know if it was just strength within or the Lord himself, but I hopped up out that bed so fast. And actually ran to the bathroom. Y'all, threw up everywhere. I threw up everywhere. OG came behind me. Now, mind you, OG, I didn't know him, but I kind of knew him because he was like my sister age. I think he's my sister age, and I know like my sister used to talk to his cousin or something, back in the day, and he kind of knew of me, and I kind of knew of him, but I didn't know him. Anyway, but OG, he was like, man, you all right? And he was holding my hair up and all that type of stuff. And I just remember thinking, what the F? Like, what am I doing here? In the midst of me throwing up, like, I just felt terrible. Not just because I was throwing up, but I felt like I was in a bad situation, man. Like, Then after I threw up, I'm thinking, oh, I'm good because I ran to the bathroom. But I get up, I fall. So OG had to help me in the bed. And no, I was not by Lizard no more. It was Lizard, OG, and me. Went to sleep. And so, yeah. The next morning, everybody was leaving the room, and yeah, everybody seemed happy with the night. And I'm just thinking in my head, that was some freak shit that happened last night. But let me tell you this. So Eminem, and I'm gonna call her, oh my gosh, what can I call her? I'm gonna call her Slim. Another girl that was there, that's Slim. Slim was actually driving my car, if I'm not mistaken. Slim was driving my car, and we was headed to Eminem house. And we was just talking about the night, and they was saying how I was saying some crazy stuff. Girl, y'all listen. Let me tell you about me. I went through a phase where I was like very, 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 very crazy. Like, I would say anything that came to mind. Like, I used to try to make light of situations, and sometimes it just don't be the right thing. It just don't be the right thing. So anyway, yeah, we was talking about things that happened the night before, and like, it was on the tip of my tongue. Like, I was about to say, like, y'all know Lizard, you know, he tried, you know, he kind of forced himself on me. Like, he put his hands all down there. It was on the tip of my tongue, I swear. But then Slim, she comes out and say, ooh, Tisha, Lizard wanted to talk to you. Lizard wanted to talk to you. And I'm like, huh? Girl, please. Like, and then this would made me like, this would kill me. That's when like Eminem was like, oh well, me and Lizard, we did it. Me and Lizard did it. And I'm like, what? Y'all, I was still drunk. I really couldn't even handle that situation the way I really would have handled it if I was sober. Yeah, I just left the whole thing alone because she was talking about him like she had sex with this boy that tried to get me. He tried to get me, and you turned around and had sex with him. I mean, she didn't know, but ew, he's a loser. Like, he is a perv. He is all type of things. Like, I don't like that. I don't like it, and I didn't like it then. Like, and she seemed to like him, so I just said, F it, man. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let this shit ride or whatever. And yeah, so we go back to Eminem house, y'all. We slept for about 2 or 3 more hours. So I had to go home because I had to work that day. Baby, I went home, got in the shower, went right back to sleep. I had to be at work at 4. I probably didn't get up to like 3:30. And my daddy woke me up, y'all. I was so scared my dad was gonna find out I had been drinking that night. My daddy woke me up, he was like, you gonna be late for work? And I woke up knowing dang on well, I knew I was late for work. I just was gonna end up playing sick, but I was like, let me play this off so he won't know I had been drinking. I was, oh shoot, you know, yeah, I'm late, my bad, I forgot to set my alarm clock. So, boom, I had to work. Y'all, I threw up at work. I got sent home that day. I ended up, I couldn't go home because I just didn't want my parents to find out I had been drinking the night before. Girl, I parked at a park, went to sleep till about 11:30, around the time I was supposed to get off, and went home and went right back to sleep. And I was sick for about a week. Pretty sure I had alcohol poison, and I'm very, very thankful that I did not die because I did too much. I did way too much. And everybody's body is not the same. Everybody, I know you're saying, oh, you only had 8 shots. Yeah, but I hadn't drank like that, and I'm mixing clear and brown, and everybody's body is not the same. So kids, be mindful when you're drinking, thinking you're grown. Okay, so I'm just gonna end on this note. It doesn't matter how drunk you are, it doesn't matter how high you are, it doesn't matter what you have on, it doesn't matter how flirtatious you're being with a guy, which, you know, I was just drunk. I wasn't even being flirtatious with this guy or nothing. Like, I didn't lead him on in any type of way. But it doesn't matter what action you take. If you are touched by someone without your permission, and they're touching you without your permission, then don't let that slide. That is a crime. Dead it right then and there with you. Just dead it. It's not your fault. And I will say this, I personally beat myself up about the situation more so than I did him for a very long time, because I was like, Tisha, how did you get yourself in this situation? Why did you get so drunk? Why was you here? Tisha. Then as I grew up, I realized that wasn't my fault. He had no business doing what he was doing. So forget all that extraness and tell somebody and go handle some business, because that person needs to face consequences. If I could, I would go back in time and tell someone right then and there, because who is he to be exempt from consequences? Nobody at all. Okay. Listen, do what's right then. I personally feel like if I would have addressed that situation, I would have not suffered so much trauma from it, because I literally pushed it back. I pushed it back to the back of my brain. I tried to pretend like it didn't happen, and then boom, one day it started affecting me in a way I never thought it would. Like, just to scratch the surface, I would start having like panic attacks over it in the middle of the night. I would wake up and like my mind would be having me like so tripped out, like I'm thinking somebody on me, touching me, and nobody was trying to hurt me. Like I was tripping bad, because I didn't address that trauma. That was a traumatic situation, period. That was a situation that I did not ask for, a situation that I shouldn't have been put in, because a guy should have never put his hands on me, period. And that's just that on that. So you guys, I hope you guys enjoy my story time and learn something, and I hope if it's some young girls out there listening to me, you take this story and try not to make some of the same mistakes that I made. And or if you are put in a situation like that, you tell somebody and handle it properly. Go to law enforcement, tell your mom, tell your dad. I never told my parents about it because, like I said, I blame myself for a very long time, and I didn't want them to know that I had been drinking. So yeah, it is what it is. And I never communicated this with anyone except for like maybe one or two friends, and it was not the friend that had relations with him. She's gonna learn about this when she sees this video. Sorry, love you, no hard feelings, just didn't know how to tell you. And I told my husband about it, my now husband. So yeah, now pretty much everybody knows. But I'm sure I'm not the only female that has been through a situation like this, and I just feel good about it now. And I'm gonna let go of the situation and give it to the higher up and let him take care of it, because I can't hold on to that. I just can't do it. So yeah, with that being said, see y'all next time.